Yo, what's going on, people? It's K Souls back at you with another travel video. Yes, so please subscribe, like, and comment. I've got other videos on my page where I went to Amsterdam, Thailand, Pattaya, Phuket, the PP Islands, and this time I'm coming to you live from Antalya. You know, I've been struggling with my camera, I can't lie to you. I really wanted to show you the view. Like, you'll see the view because I've been out and I've taken, you know, nice clips, but I wanted the view to be shining at the back, and I'm struggling. I don't know if it's my camera or I'm doing the settings wrong, I don't know, but I'm gonna just get recording now because I've been wasting time trying to figure this stuff out. Maybe I could improve and edit. Maybe all this I'm saying to you might not mean anything, but yeah. So I've come to Antalya. It's a birthday celebration. My babes, it's her birthday. It was my birthday this month. Pisces gang, you get me, March. So we decided to come out here, you know, have a little couple days break. Also, I knew it would be good to get content while I'm out here, and generally speaking, I needed a break. And you know, in Turkey, it's like a spa country basically. You know, you can really get looked after, massages, hammam, all of this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go into it and I'm gonna take you through my journey whilst being here. So yeah, it all started early in the morning. I would say the travel started probably from about 11 p.m. Flight was at 7 a.m. so you kind of know how that goes. We had to get down to Victoria coach station. We're gonna take a coach to Gatwick Airport, but you know what? And I'm gonna expose National Express. Do you know, today in this video I'm gonna expose a couple. I'm gonna tell you about the bad stuff that happened on this trip, but there's also been good stuff. But the first negative vibe was National Express, the coach service in Victoria. They overbooked, meaning that there was hundreds of people trying to get on a coach, and they only booked one coach from Victoria to Gatwick Airport at 3 a.m. and that was the coach we were trying to get the 7 a.m. flight. So we got there, and once the first coach got full up, but it was like there was 2 seats, and I wouldn't have been with my babes because I would have sat next to someone. She would have had to sit next to someone. So basically, she wasn't having it. You know how women can get. And then me, I just thought, yeah, nah, it's not gonna work. It's a whole hour, maybe an hour and a half trip. It's not gonna work. So I came off the coach and I was like to the conductor that was outside, you know, sorting out the queue and stuff. I said, what's going on? And then I could see that he was panicking, and he said to someone on the phone, there's a lot of people here and only one coach. Instantly, I thought, I'm not gonna wait for them to sort this out, because they can sort it out eventually, maybe get another coach, but that could make me miss my flight, and I ain't trying to miss my flight. So I just booked an Uber, which I should have done in the first place. I don't think I'll be relying on coaches no more. Booked an Uber to Gatwick, got to Gatwick, you know, went through everything, got our flight, was on time. Landed in Antalya about 2 o'clock. I already patterned the transfer from Antalya to the resort. We came to the resort, which is the Falcon Hotel. I've got some things to say about the Falcon Hotel, but I'll save that for later. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's got everything you need and stuff, but we'll go into that a bit more later. Anyway, so yeah, the first day we just came, and the weather was okay at the beginning, but we got told it's giving Thailand once again, because if you've watched my Thailand videos, and if you haven't, go check them out, there's loads of information there. But I met rain in Thailand, and it turned to a flood basically. So again, we looked at the weather forecast, and it said that it would rain all week, the week we was in Antalya. But when we came, it was like London weather, like the sun was out, but it was a bit windy. So it was gonna be a chilling day anyway, because obviously we were traveling from 11 p.m. the previous night, and obviously we had little cat naps here and there on the plane and stuff, but we didn't have no proper rest. Okay, let me just get into it. I'll take you through little parts of the Falcon Hotel, the pros and the cons. So food, dinner was okay, but I felt like, okay, do you know what? I'm not gonna give them a hard time, but I can, because, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud while I'm doing this video. Basically, the food was quite cold, and it felt like, because it's not a busy period, remember we're coming in March, to them that's the winter season. Because it wasn't that busy, I just felt like they didn't want to waste food, so maybe there's a possibility they could have just reheated food from the night before, because they didn't really taste fresh. It was a bit cold and all of that. But obviously, anyone who's used to all-inclusives, there's loads of choice, different cuisines, you know, so yeah. And that night, we just decided to chill. And it made sense, because as we got to the room now, in the evening, on the first night, there was thunderstorms. Loud thunderstorms that I'm not used to. This is not UK thunderstorm and rain. This was some serious shit. Yeah. So it was quite scary. I got woken up during the night by the loud thunderstorm and stuff. So yeah, we was a bit paranoid, because obviously there was an earthquake in Turkey/Syria, not the part of Turkey we visited, not in Antalya, but towards the border that's closer to Syria. So yeah, there was an earthquake, and obviously, even though it wasn't in the same location, I was still a bit paranoid. So during the night, I was getting woken up by loud thunderstorms I've never heard before. And let me just say RIP to all the victims, you know, that died in the earthquake. And I pray that God keeps the families that survived and all of that strong. And we pray that, you know, life will work itself out and they'll overcome this, because it is a serious thing and it's very sad what happened. So yeah, so I just want to put that out there. But yeah, so I was obviously paranoid, and I was a bit deflated, yeah, because I was thinking, okay, they say it's gonna rain all week and already we're experiencing rain and thunderstorm. Like, what are we gonna do? I kind of came out here to have like a break, a relaxing sunshine holiday, you know? So yeah, anyway, we slept, woke up the next day, woke up to sunshine. So in the morning, went for breakfast and there was sunshine. So we decided, let's go to town now and make the most of it while there's sun. I wore a hoodie, so I was making sure that in case it rains, I'm covered, but let's just go now while the sun's there, so we can at least get some outside time, you know? So yeah, we went to the old town, and anyone who knows about Turkey knows that like they're apart from China and stuff, they're the capital of fake designers. So I bought summer clothes. So I told the taxi driver, could he take me to a place where I could buy some clothes? I needed to obviously dress for the rainy weather. So he dropped us off to his pal's designer or fake designer outlet. I'm talking mad copies. Not the greatest copies, but everything was there. Louis, Gucci, Moncler, Canada Goose, all of the popular designers that are out now, belts, sunglasses, everything. Obviously, I'm just here to get rainy clothes. I'm not trying to buy fake designers. Like, I don't care for it. I don't care to give off that image. But yeah, we went there and it was just interesting to see. And we was in the old town. Now the old town is very historical. It's nice. It's very cultured. You could buy loads of stuff there, like souvenirs, jewelry, bath soaps, you know. And one other thing I noticed is that there's a lot of roaming cats and dogs everywhere in Turkey. Well, Antalya, that's the only area I can speak for, but there was loads. So we were seeing just random dogs around, cats all through the old town. I love the fact that the old town of Antalya kept the history. Actually, by the old town is the coast of Antalya, like part of the coast. Beautiful scenery, you'll see it in the footage. After all that, we went to the main street, which I don't know whether to say New Town, but it's just more of a high street that's more current, basically. You know, we did a little bit of shopping, window shopping, smelt a lot of ouds. I was looking for oud. Oud is my vibe right now. And Turkey is basically a Muslim country. So, you know, in a lot of Muslim countries, you can get lovely oud, like proper oud, real oils, real wonderfully smelling oils, yeah. So we did a bit of oud shopping, let's say. Looked around, you know, obviously had to get the Starbucks in. There was a Starbucks there. Went to the Starbucks. They didn't accept my loyalty card though. And there was no sign of rain. The sun was still shining. I was wearing a hoodie, but the sun was still shining. In fact, at some point I had to take off the hoodie because by midday it got hot. So I believe that I brought the sunshine. Idiot. So yeah, so spent some time in the old town, got a little bite, then got a taxi back to the hotel. Once we settled back in the hotel, I wanted to, you know, make use of the amenities. They have a spa area where there's swimming, sauna, steam room. You can get the hammam, which is a Turkish bath. You could get a massage. I just went to do a little workout in the gym. I went for a swim, then went in the sauna and steam room. And you know what? Once I had done all of that, that's when the holiday vibes kicked in. I really felt I got what I came for in terms of having a holiday, relaxation, rejuvenation. Is that even a word? Or rejuvenated? I rejuvenated. But yeah, lovely vibes, all good. Went for dinner after that, and I think after it was just a chilled evening. So the next day, it was my girl's birthday. So, you know, we celebrated. But it was still like a relaxing, chilled day. But for the evening, I decided to research some nice restaurants we could go to eat. We will be doing all inclusive the majority of the holiday. I thought, because it's her birthday, let's just go out to eat. So I did a bit of Googles, found a place called Kutu Play. So we went there in the evening. It was quite a casual vibe. It wasn't even like fine dining or anything, but I must say the service was A1. The service was 10 out of 10. I've got a few things that I'm going to go into about service elsewhere and how we've been treated, but the service at this Q2 Play, if you're going to Antalya, I just want you all to support this business, because I don't think this is one of the best services I've ever had. Yeah, going to a restaurant, like it was just very good. The food was good. It was Turkish food, you know. We had rice, chips, lamb, barbecue chicken, bread. It was presented well as well. But let me just take you through the level of service we got. So when we got there, I had a jacket. I just put my jacket on. We was on a table, but I put my jacket on the spare chair that no one was using. The waiter, should I call him a waiter? Or the person that just works there? Because waiter is giving a guy with a suit, yeah, with a tray about to serve you drinks. So I wouldn't call it a waiter, but the person that worked at the Kutu Play bar that came to assist us, he picked up my coat or jacket and folded it neatly on the chair. Yeah. Then, you know, he gave us the menu on the iPad, but the iPad died. So what he did was he just took my phone, connected me to the Wi-Fi, because you know in this day and age now you scan a barcode and that's how you get the menu. So he did all of that for us. Not knowing whether we smoke or not, he offered us a cigarette, because you know out here you can smoke. He offered us, do you want a cigarette? Do you want, you know? Brought our food in good time. But my babes got a cocktail, a big strawberry daiquiri, but this is the biggest strawberry daiquiri I've seen. Yeah. He was, when the food came, he was very attentive, like very, I should have got his name because I want to pinpoint him. Yeah, but he was very attentive, making sure everything was all right. Didn't ask for extra bread, kind of wasted it, you know, carbs and all of that, but he bought extra bread. The meal was well priced, reasonable, quite cheap. And then the guy offered, like, we asked for the bill and then he offered to get a taxi. When he offered to get a taxi, I thought maybe they have a direct number to like a taxi firm or something. No, this guy went on the street to hail down a taxi, and then when the taxi came, opened the door outside of the restaurant and made sure we got in, even closed the door for us. Now I know some of you bougie people or wealthy people are used to that kind of treatment, but for us coming to you know, an average restaurant, not no top spec restaurant, and getting that service, to me is completely different, especially compared to the service we've been having elsewhere, which I'm gonna get into. But yeah, so that was a great experience. I'm grateful for that guy. I recommend going to, if you're looking for somewhere cool, basically it's like a I would say it's a restaurant. It's a place where you can go do some work. It's very chilled. You can smoke shisha if that's your vibe. They've got games, you know, board games. There's people in there playing board games. It's a vibe. The only negative thing, and it is not negative to everyone, but in that place you have to be a cat lover, because there are cats. Like I said earlier, in Turkey, like, there are free roaming cats, and a lot of the businesses allow cats and dogs to roam in and out anyhow. It's very free, just like smoking is a culture here. It's just free, like, you know. But there was a few cats roaming around the restaurant, and obviously when you're eating, these cats can smell that, so they come over, they kind of bother you a bit. They don't jump on you, they're not harmful or anything, but they're gonna try and get your attention. They want to be fed. Now, I don't really have a problem with cats, but when a cat is consistently coming around me, I can get uncomfortable, especially when I'm eating. Whereas my girl, she loves cats, she owns a cat, you know, her family owns a cat, so she was good with it. But I was a bit uncomfortable. So to cat lovers, that's heaven. You enjoy yourself, you have loads of cats to feed, you know, some of them are quite cute as well. But if you're not really an animal person like that, or you like to be left alone when you're eating, it can be a bit of a problem. That's the only negative thing I have to say about that place. So anyway, we got in our taxi, then we decided to go to an actual shisha spot that I saw had great reviews, and it just, the aesthetic on Google looked good. It looked like a youthful, nice vibe, a nice chill out spot. We went there, and it was a nice venue, but it wasn't what we was expecting. We wanted like vibes, music, you know, as we spoke of shisha, alcohol. They didn't serve alcohol. The music was very low, but again, there was a lot of people playing games, video games, board games, all of that stuff. So it was a vibe in there. It was Russian owned, and what I've noticed about Antalya, there's a big Russian community here. People are either Turkish, Russian, or Europeans coming to visit for a holiday. A lot of UK people, you know, come to visit Turkey. So obviously people that do surgery and all of that stuff, but there's a big Russian community. So I kind of realized when I got there and saw the menu and saw who was around, that this is a Russian spot, like, and no one was rude or anything like that, but I did feel that maybe we weren't supposed to be there as black people. I don't know, but no one like was disrespectful, or there wasn't any weird vibes. But you know, okay, there was a vibe that we were kind of non-existent, but we still got served. You know, everything was cool. We still did our thing, had some shisha, had a coffee. I can't believe that on a Saturday, it was a Saturday night as well, I'm out having a coffee on a night out. But do you know what? We're getting older now, we wanted nice vibes. It's kind of a big vacation, so, you know. So anyway, we chilled there for a bit, and I decided to check Uber to go back to the hotel area. I decided to book Uber to see if Uber works, and Uber does work in Turkey, but it's a weird one. It's like the yellow taxis are the main taxi firm in Antalya, but Uber still contacts the drivers for jobs, and you can actually pay on the app, because I paid on the app, and you could pay cash, obviously. Well, actually, it said Uber Cash, but when I think about it, they were demanding for my card rather than giving the driver cash. So forget all that. Uber works in Turkey, so if you're coming to Turkey, you can use Uber. Antalya. I don't know about the rest of Turkey, but it works. So yeah, we got an Uber back. Now, because we only drank coffee at that place, we wanted to, it's my baby's birthday, so we wanted to actually have a night out. We weren't that bothered because, to be honest, we're getting old. I've done so much partying in my life, like, I didn't really care for it. But when we got back to the hotel area, the strip was quite live, and we saw quite a few people going into this club. Now, first negative thing I have to say, the club is a bell. I don't know whether this club was owned by Russians or Turks. I couldn't tell the difference. But all I know is that when we got to the entrance, the promoter said, "Wait, I need to ask my boss if you can come in." 2 minutes later, they said, "Yeah, you can come in." And it was one of them clubs where you go in and you have to take a lift. I don't know whether it goes up or down to the club. But there was people in front of us, and there was a guy, there was like I guess he was a security, or maybe he worked at the club, I don't know, but there was a guy controlling the lift, and there was people in front of us, so their group went up or down to the club. Then we was obviously next. Now, this guy completely ignored us, yeah, and then there was another group that came and kind of stood in a way that he was letting the next group come in, and left us there. And my girl looked at me, and I looked at her, and it was like that kind of look, like, did this really just happen? So I was like, fuck that, let's go, So we went, and I don't want to jump to conclusions, and I hate to do all this, but I now have to bring race into this conversation, because there's a few things that happen that I notice when I go abroad, but it was quite apparent in Antalya. So with that situation, we was completely ignored. They wasn't even sure about letting us in. And the only reason I can think of, because we're tourists that gonna spend money, is the colour of our skin. Because the other people that went in, they were either, white, Turkish or Russian. But we weren't let in, Well, we was let in, but we was ignored. Like, we was let into the first part, like the entrance, but when we got to the lift, whoever that guy was, he tried to just completely ignore us. And you know how I know I'm not making this up? Because as we started walking out, none of the promoters or anyone said, you didn't like it, or they didn't check if we maybe went up there, had a bad experience. No one cared. We walked back to the hotel. We kind of felt like, you know what, forget it. Went back to the hotel. We got a drink at the bar and just went up and chilled. And it was a nice evening, So anyway, it just brings me to this point that I feel that as black people, when we talk about privilege and all of these things, and a lot of people that travel black, a lot of people that are black that do travel can tell you there are a number of things that do happen, yeah? First of all, it's you get stared at a lot. Or some people just they give you the cold shoulder. And this is something I've been through in different places. I can ignore all of that stuff. I don't care. You can stare at me, I'll look at you back. You're gonna feel uncomfortable. You look away. Some people are brave, but it never goes further than that, you know. So there's the stares. There's the awkwardness of when black people are walking maybe in the dinner hall or just around the resort. Now, some people are fascinated. I'm aware of that too, because some people have never seen black people. In fact, the next day, one of the hotel staff saw me and my girl taking pictures. She came over. We actually thought she wanted to help us to take the photos, you know, but no, she wanted us. She held the phone, got in the picture, and wanted to take a picture of us. I know I'm a YouTube celebrity. No, I'm joking. But obviously, I'm no one famous or anything, and maybe the only black people they do see is people on the TV. So they might have just thought that, oh, I wonder who these people are. Or they could just be wanting to go and show their friends that they've seen some black people today, you know? So that happens, and I've heard it. It's kind of a common thing that black people going abroad, people want to take photos of you that are foreign to you, basically. Like where a monument or where statues or a museum, like, and it can be uncomfortable. Like the way I cause I'm big and black, yeah. A lot of places I go, even in the UK, people either find a way to come and talk to me. I don't know whether they're trying to make things cool or make things comfortable for themselves, or they're trying to beg it or whatever. But I'm cool with that if you come on a respectful level. But then it can be annoying, you know. So I'm saying all this to say that in Antalya, I felt black. It was very apparent. It was very direct. I felt black, you know. The looks I was getting, the treatment at that, I do believe that was racism. You know, the whole club incident. And now that brings me to the Falcon Hotel, because I believe, and I've worked in customer service, that, you know, you treat customers fairly. Your main aim to bring back business is to look after your customers, you know. And I feel like the service in the Falcon Hotel is not the greatest. Couple things that went wrong. No AC. There's AC in the hotel, but as it got hot, they didn't put on the ACs in the room, and their reasoning behind that is because it's winter season, so the only air they're willing to provide is hot air if you need it. So I went to the reception. I was like, look, but it's now hot. So bear in mind now, it was meant to be rain all week, but actually after the first night there was no more rain, so it was getting hot. So I was like, can we get some AC? They said no, they don't do it like that. You should open the balcony door for air, despite us having sea view directly to the sun, but we should, you know, open the balcony. And they only released the cold air in the summer season. So that was one thing. They didn't even want to budge at request. They weren't helpful. They were quite cold when we were, you know, speaking to them or asking for stuff. There was favoritism with the Oyibo clients. My Nigerians know what that means. There was favoritism, put it that way. There was certain people got treated very good, and I saw the service to them, but it wasn't the same for us. I'm not gonna jump and say there was racism at the Falcon Hotel. Not everything is racism. I don't know what it was, but it's just given that the whole service wasn't really great. We was getting hustled to do the hammam and the spa experience, the massage and all of that. The lady kept coming up to us, trying to make a deal, basically forcing us to do it. We wanted to do it, but I didn't want to commit to doing it at the hotel. I was also, you know, trying to see what's got the best reviews, best experience. I like to do research before I commit to something, you know. So we was getting hustled like that. Yeah, generally, like, the service weren't great. You know, I've already said about the food. I'm thinking, have I covered everything? very abrupt, you know, with the conversation. They say what they say and that's it. It's not like, oh, how can we accommodate you? How can we help? You know, what you're meant to do in customer service. So I just got to be honest, that's my experience. I'm not, this is not really a review, I'm just sharing my experience traveling to Antalya and to the Falcon Hotel. So that's that. Apart from that though, the good things are it's a nice hotel, it's a beautiful location, it's on the coast, beautiful views, beautiful surroundings, it's got everything, you know. So we had to just focus on the utilities in the hotel, the atmosphere, well, not the atmosphere, because part of the attitude is the atmosphere there, but like, you know, the surroundings, the aesthetics. Yeah. So that was that. So it was a good birthday for her. She was happy. We had to get the most out of this holiday ourselves without the help of anyone else, you know. The next day, similar type of routine, but we actually did book the spa and the hammam bath, the Turkish bath, the hammam Turkish bath, and the massage. Hammam Turkish bath was amazing. It's amazing. I love it. If I lived in Turkey, I'll probably do it like, I would like to say once a week, but it costs money. So I'll do it at least once a month, you know. And if the money was there like that, probably once a week. But it's like you're a baby again, because you're getting, you know, someone bathing you, and it's like is it marble? I don't know if it's marble or stone, but you go in this room, you lie on this stone kind of bed thing, but it's stone. It's not a bed. It's just you lie on it, and then there's loads of different treatments you could get. I got a peeling and foaming treatment where they put, I think it was salt. They scrub your body with salt, and then with foam, with salt basically. But you've got someone washing your whole body, scrubbing your skin, washing your whole body, and you're in this big place and they're just pouring water. Basically someone washing you, but it's like a massage and a wash at the same time. I don't even think I needed a massage after that, you know. But it's someone really caring for your body. So the hammam was a great experience. I loved it. I've got no negative things to say about that. We went for a massage, similar massage to what you'll get anywhere else really. It was a decent massage, and then came back, and I'm actually fresh from the massage. I came back to film this. So yeah, to finalize the last evening of this holiday, we actually decided to go back to the Kutu place, and as we walked in, we was met with a warm welcome by the good guy that treated us so well the other night. See, this is why customer service goes a long way, because we was there once again, decided to come back to him because it's a place where we felt comfortable, you know, we was treated good. So we went back, and as we came in, Umut, that's his name. So yeah, so if you're wondering now, the place is called Kutu Play and the guy's name is Umut. So if you're ever in Antalya, looking for a nice place with good food, very relaxed, you can work there, you can play games there, you can chill, very, very relaxed place. I would recommend Kutu Play. And I think they have different branches. That one's more of the play, kind of like a games bar / restaurant. I think they got like a bakery type. It's like a big chain basically, Kutu in Antalya. But yeah, the guy that treated me well was Umut. You might meet him there, you might not, I don't know, depends if he's working or not. But yeah, so we went back there. We got like some crispy chicken fillet thing. We wasn't really hungry because we had dinner at the hotel since we had the all-inclusive package, but we decided to just get some nibbles. We got some cocktails again. Remember I said the cocktails they do very big, you know, so you could have one cocktail and literally last the night if you're not such a heavy drinker, or if you're not trying to get too waved, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so we had a cocktail. This time we decided to have shisha there, and you know what? I can't lie, the shisha at Kutu Play was much better than what we had at the Russian place that we went to the other day. So we enjoyed some shisha, we chilled, me and my babes, and we just, bantering, relaxing, chilling out. And we was just reasoning, bantering, enjoying the smoke, enjoying the food and the drink. And yeah, so it was a very chilled evening. Came back to the resort and then went to bed. Now, it's the last day, and I decided that, well, there was like, on the first day we went to the old town, and I would say it's the new town, I think. But basically the city centre of Antalya. We wanted to go back because there was a few things that we saw that we were considering purchasing. Oud being one, I like my oud. So we went back to some perfume, or I feel like so feminine saying perfume, let's just say cologne. Yeah, went back to some of these stores. But the interesting thing is, I booked a taxi, and I wanted to I didn't know what the area was called, so I just used a generic one, because the last time we went to the city centre, we actually went to the old town first. So I just said, can you take me to the old town, basically to the driver. So we got in his taxi, and the first red flag was he was going a different route. And remember, we've been to Old Town already, so this route didn't really look familiar, But either way, I was getting more views, seeing more shops, seeing more high streets and stuff like that, so I didn't mind just filming. And then what he did was he dropped us to like maybe his friends, his family members' business, and just automatically thought I wanted to go to one of these shops that, sell all the fake designer brands. So basically, I've just deeped it actually. The first guy that we took to the Old Town took us to one shop in Old Town that sells fake designer brands, and so did this one. But this one took me to another one that I saw online when I was looking for like shops and stuff. And I think it's one of their most popular ones. I think it's called Best Bazaar. So he dropped us right outside there. As soon as we got there, the guy, one of the guys that works in the Best Bazaar was like, come in, inviting us in his shop. And listen to this trick, yeah? Or listen to the key. Basically, I was like, no, I'm looking for Old Town. That was my reference point, because I know once I get to the Old Town area, I'll be more familiar. So right now we're in the city, but a different part of the city centre that we've never been before, so it's a bit confusing. So I asked him, how do I get to the Old Town? He said, well, if you walk through my shop, there's a way you can get there. So I don't know if he's telling the truth, but imagine they can use that as a way to entice you to buy stuff by directing you closer towards the Old Town if he was coming from the side I was on. So my girl was just being cutthroat. She was like, no. And me, I nearly was getting swayed. I can't lie, I was a bit curious. I wanted to see what was in there, innit? Like, yeah. I just want to see how good the fakes are, innit? No, I'm joking. So she was like, nah, let's go this way. She'll use Google Maps. So she put on the Google Maps. And then we was walking through, I was just filming. I'm actually happy. Some things just work out, I'm actually happy that we took another route and we came in another part of the city centre, because I saw a part of the Antalya that we would have missed out on. I really saw more markets, more shops, so much jewelry shops, so much wedding shops like that sell bridal dresses and stuff. a lot more people. From the first day we came, my impression of Antalya was it wasn't that busy. It was quite chilled, but obviously on a Monday it was so busy. So we saw a lot of the life. We saw, you know, like all the typical type of things you'll see in like tourist districts. Some change stores, like, you know, the debate ones. So yeah, we were just following Google Maps, and funny enough, Google Maps was taking us through all these places, all these markets, all these stores, high streets, you know. I must say though, like, the jewelry there, obviously there's some real jewelry, there's fake jewelry, but the jewelry there is elite. Like, when I say elite, I mean like there's so much design, like, and different types of gold that you won't, well, from where I'm from in England, like on the high street you don't get options like what I saw in terms of jewelry, like what you get in Turkey. You can really ash yourself out in Turkey, you know, or get like, you know, like proper like Indian gold, and like, you know what, I'm Nigerian, so this will relate to me and my Nigerians, but you know that real antique gold, yeah, like, so there's a lot of jewelry stores that have so many designs, so that was quite interesting to see. We walked through, so I guess we was more in the market part, and I feel like where we got dropped off was like kind of like the budget area, places where you get things cheaper, maybe you can haggle and all of that. Like when we got dropped off on the Monday, after coming out of the old town, we were in like the shopping district where you're probably a bit higher end compared to where we started today when we got dropped off near Best Bazaar. So they were like stores that you can't haggle in. They're like official stores, like, you know, high street shops. And the market area is a place where you can haggle, you can play around with price and stuff. So as we were walking through, we noticed that we was in like the budget area, the market area, and then we walked our way back to the high street where the higher end shops are and stuff. Yeah, we went to go and get the oud, brought back some oud, and then we went to eat, obviously in Turkey. So we went to a food spot that serves doner meat, and it's only now I realised that while I'm in Turkey, like home of the doner meat, yeah, this is where you should get the top level doner meat, you know. So anyway, I ordered a meal, and it was quite a filling meal, very good options. I think it was like rice, chips, doner meat, salad, and a drink. Food is cheap in Turkey, by the way. And then I ate it. So if you just look at this, can you see how thick? Well, this is I only know doner meat from the UK, and obviously some of them are Turkish inspired, some are German. But look at this doner meat here. Look at the thickness. It looks different, doesn't it? So this meat was so good. It made me think that back home in UK we eat, I don't know how they're processing their doner meats, but it wasn't like this. This what tasted fresh, healthier, thicker, like real meat, you know. So that was a cool experience, you know. So now I can say that I've experienced doner meat from the source, you know. Fresh. But yeah. So after that, we carried on our walks. The further we walked down the high street, we came across so many bridal shops. Like, it's a big culture out there. They really be selling wedding dresses and stuff for like real fancy weddings, you know, extravagant weddings. So yeah, we've seen a lot of that. We had a walk. During our walk, we actually came across another beachfront, but like Antalya's beach is quite weird from the places I saw. It's like there's no real sand to beach ratio or area that you can literally chill right by the water. It's like cliffs and rocks, big rocks, and it's like you have to go down the cliff to even get close to the water or the beach. I'm sure people do it, or if you're a confident swimmer, I guess you can just dive in, but you have to climb out on a rock kind of thing. I did not go in the summer. It was still spring, still a bit windy, but I didn't really see no one swimming in it, and it didn't seem accessible. The closest people got were they were going chill on the rocks, and there was like a downward spiral ramp thing that you can go down, get close, but there's just benches near rocks and places to chill around, and it's not really beach like kids building sandcastles in the sand and being able to quickly paddle in the water. It's not like that. I didn't see no tides or nothing like that. So it's a beautiful view though. Like, check out the views. It's a beautiful view. It's nice to chill at the top, or well, obviously it depends on your confidence level in terms of swimming, but what I would give it's a very beautiful view. So we went there, then in that area we went to get an iced latte, chill, relax, kill off some more time because it was the day of our flight back. So to sum it up, so aesthetically I think Antalya is a beautiful place. It's cheap, it's very chilled. I would say it's more of a vacation type of holiday. So it's good for vacation, it's good for solo holidays. The only thing is it's a bit mad because it's now becoming a surgery place. Like, a lot of people in our hotel had bandage, and you could see they've done surgery, and like, it's just a bit weird. So I think like now, if you say you're going to Turkey, there's a bit of stigma that you're going to do surgery. Like my hairline's going back in it, and I didn't really announce that I'm going to Turkey because I thought people will be expecting me to come back with a new hairline, and I didn't go there for that. I literally went there to visit it. As people will now know that no one did nothing because my hairline's still back. But yeah, so I'm not saying that's really an issue that a lot of people go there to do surgery, but what I would say is that I don't know, maybe it depends on the hotel or resort you go, but who wants to be in a place seeing all injured people, people looking all mad because they've just come from surgery? Do you know what I mean? It can get a bit much, but anyway, the main thing is, yeah, it's a cool country. I mentioned the whole, I don't want to call it racism, but because that was just one incident, one or a small group of people, but as a black person you will get stared at. People might want to come and take pictures with you. It's cool, it served its purpose. It's a cheap holiday as well. Like, it's a place where you can get all inclusive for a very good price. Yeah, I've been here, I've seen it. I don't think I need to come back unless I need surgery. But yeah, that sums up the vlog for Antalya. So please like, subscribe, comment, share, help me build this channel. One love.